so whether you're new to the sport or you're a seasoned climber, undoubtedly you've tried a climb that, you know, it's been really hard for you, and maybe you haven't done it, or maybe you've realized that you need to train something to be able to do that climb. Well, this is all about the art of projecting, right? It's a 10-step system that I've kind of developed and played with over the years that I've used to be able to climb, you know, and send my projects over the last years. So if we jump straight into step 1, basically what you do here is choose a project that truly inspires you to become a better climber. It's a climb that you realize that it means that you're going to have to become better in every aspect of your climbing to ascend on that climb. Step 2, what I like to do is I like to write out every single obstacle in my way from achieving the stated project, right? So it can be from anything to, you know, the number of moves on the route, the amount of time that you'll be climbing on the route, the grip types, when's the best season to try the route, you know, like going to as much and as many details as possible. Every single aspect of the project and every single obstacle that you face to be able to achieve this project. Step 3 is a written plan to overcome all the obstacles that you mentioned in step 2. So basically here you're going to go point by point of all the obstacles that you stated in step 2, and you're going to write out a written way that you can achieve every single element of those obstacles. Could be from, you know, something simple that, okay, right, my project, the best season for my project is in August or in September. Need to go there and need to be ready and fit and have the training organized so that I'm ready to try the project in that season. It's just one example. When you go through all the list, and you've basically then got a plan for how to overcome the obstacles in step 2. Step 4. Step 4 is all about the rewards, so like the personal rewards. So what does it mean to you to complete this project? What I like to do here is I write down, you know, a load of different notes on a personal level, what it means to me to climb this route. Okay, so number 5 is just have a think about when you want to do the project. Work into it like a timeline, you know, how much time do you need for the training to be ready for the project, and when is the best season to try that project. That brings us into number 6, which is sort it all on a calendar. This is something that I've tried and tested and I really like to do, because I feel like as soon as you write this down on a calendar, you give yourself a sort of stricter timeline. It's much easier to follow the progression and make progress in your training and all the rest of it towards a sort of end goal, you know. So step 7, what I like to do here is go over the whole plan. So review every single little step and just see, is there something missing? How do I see the plan? You know, how it's going to affect me on a day-to-day sort of basis, and see if it still really motivates me, you know, because at the end of the day, these projects are here because they inspire you. And so if you're still feeling motivated and you're still feeling psyched to go ahead with the project, then you know that you've chosen the right route. Step 8 is we're ready to go. We've reviewed the plan. We know what we need to do. We're psyched on our project, and it's time to start. What I like to do, and I've tested this over the years, is that I like to test myself, you know, both sort of strength tests, endurance, all those little bits that you can get some numbers for to know where you are right now before you start your process towards doing your project. Okay, step 9. So basically over the last years, I've realized that, you know, when you're trying a project or when everything's focused on that, it's easy to kind of be lost once you achieve your project. So I think it's really interesting to sort of keep an open mind to potential other projects that can inspire you. You know, another thing we didn't mention is that these projects could be long-term. They could be, you know, over the course of 5 years or 2 years, or, you know, it could be a project that you want to do in a couple of weekends. So, you know, you've got to be sort of open-minded to other potential projects just to fill the gap to becoming, you know, a better climber and progressing once you've achieved your project in mind. Step 10. I like to call this go big or go even bigger. Basically what it's referring to is that, you know, it can be hard when you're trying to project a route. It could be tempting to try a sort of easier project so that you're, I don't know, you know, you're clipping chains or whatever that makes you feel a little bit better. And basically, I think at this point it's super important is to stick with the project, or if along the way you're inspired by a project that's even harder or requires even more from you to, you know, to become an even better climber, then it's worth trading up. You know, it's worth swapping from your current project to something that's harder. But in my experience, I don't think it's worthwhile in trading up for something that's easier, because ultimately we're kind of cheating ourselves out of the real project. And that way we're not developing as a climber as we would like to. So we've gone through the 10 points of the projecting system, the art of projecting. So you can use the PDF that you'll find, and you can go through these points and just work out what project you're psyched for and use the system to have a better approach towards sending your project.